Buenas tardes a todos. Buenas tardes. Welcome to another edition of Speak Spanish Now. Soy Profe Don Omar. We're going to get popping right now with La Tarea de Ayer. We had some homework yesterday. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. Bienvenido. But more importantly here, we want to make sure that we give everyone a chance to take a look at these first. So if you weren't able to join us yesterday or you haven't had the opportunity to check the previous live, no worries. We're going to take this step by step and look at some possible respuestas, some answers that we could have utilized for these particular questions. So the doors of the classroom are now open. We're going to invite everyone in. You are now welcome. Make sure you make your way in. Ustedes necesitan un cuaderno, un lápiz o una pluma. You need your notebook, a pen or a pencil to take down some pertinent notes. These are the things that we'll be talking about today, talking about have it your way, right? That's what we're looking at today. So here we go. La tarea de ayer, the homework from yesterday. ¿Cuándo puedes escribir la carta? Right? ¿Cuándo puedes escribir la carta? Okay, so this was asking us a particular question about some of the words that we've been utilizing already this week. When can you write the letter, right? When can you write the letter? So let me make this a little bigger here because we may have people that actually watch this on their phones. There we go. So let's take a look. We need to come up with an answer for that one. I'm going to show all of the questions first. Todas las preguntas primero. Y aquí tenemos ¿qué puedes hacer mañana? Right? What can you do tomorrow? Or it could be what can you make tomorrow? Just depends on what the context of that conversation is, right? La próxima pregunta, aquí tenemos, ¿puedes comer tacos y burritos? All right. ¿Puedes comer tacos y burritos? Can you eat tacos and burritos? Right? Y la última pregunta, these were the homework questions from yesterday. So if you are joining us for the first time, make sure you get these down so that you can practice with them. Take a screenshot. That way it lasts longer. No pueden ustedes ir a la playa esta tarde. This is the last one, right? You all can't go to the beach this afternoon. Okay. You all can't go to the beach this afternoon. It's okay to make sure that you have all of these written down first and foremost. Let's take a look at some of the answers, okay? Some of the answers. Aquí tenemos las respuestas para las preguntas, all right? Ejemplos. These are examples. This doesn't necessarily mean this is what you came up with. All right, número uno. Yo puedo escribir la carta mañana, all right? I can write the letter tomorrow. Or because we have this word mañana here, we can actually utilize this or interpret this into el futuro, right? And we can simply say, I will write, or I will be able to write the letter tomorrow. All right. That was the answer for the first question from the homework de ayer, from yesterday. All right. Pregunta número dos. ¿Puedo preparar hamburguesas con queso mañana? All right. Remember, we're stacking, right? We're stacking. Puedo preparar hamburguesas con queso mañana. I can prepare cheeseburgers tomorrow, or I will be able to prepare cheeseburgers tomorrow. All right, because we have that word mañana there. Número tres. Aquí tenemos no. No puedo comer tacos y burritos. All right. Now we're given a negative statement because we have our word no in front of our conjugated form of the verb poder, which is puedo, right? No. So we've got two no's here. Most people don't often understand why we have two no's. Well, we talked about the first no that goes in front of the conjugated verb, right? That would be I can't, right? That would be I can't. All right. So the first no, the one that you see at the very beginning before the comma, would be no as a response to the question. The question was, can you eat tacos and burritos, right? So nuestra respuesta es no, no puedo comer tacos y burritos. I can't eat tacos and burritos. Y número cinco, The question was, you all can't go to the beach this afternoon? Vamos a responder como esa. Sí, podemos ir a la playa esta tarde. Once again, we're stacking, right? We're talking about stacking these up. And we have, yes, we can go to the beach this afternoon. We stack the verbs, right? We have nuestra forma del verbo poder. We have our form of the verb poder. And then we have our, hola, señor, buenas. Y también tenemos el infinitivo, which is to go, right? Ir, all right, which is to go. All right, damas y caballeros. Hey, I know you made it. I don't know where are you located in the world, that one random guy. Where are you located? Are you on the Eastern Standard Time, or are you somewhere else? All right, because I know that can be an issue for a lot of us. But while you're typing that in, ladies and gentlemen, we have had so much interest in this boot camp, so we've broken it down for some people to, give back to what we're doing here. We want to give everybody the opportunity to be included in this situation that we have going down next Monday. And if you want to join in for 5 days, you have the option for the VIP version. And if you want to join in for just the first 3 days, well, it must be nice. We up here in North Kakalaki, sub 45-degree weather. So enjoy yourself there, one random guy. Eat some oxtails and rice for me. I digress. All right, so if you want to do the 3 days, we have that available right now for $47. This will go all the way up to showtime. Okay, excelente. Are you doing your 30 days out of the country, or are you just on a vacation there? Speaking to that one random guy in the chat. I love that name, by the way. That tag is that handle is amazing. And then so back again, we have the 5-day version and the 3-day version. We got the VIP and we got the mini boot camp, or the JV version, if you don't know that you will be able to attend all 5 days. So make sure you take a look at those bit.lys that we have down there. And I'm going to add those links into the description below. All right, let's get into it. So, la palabra vieja, the old word from yesterday was I have, right? In inglés, I have. En español, vamos a decir yo tengo, ¿verdad? Yo tengo. O también podemos decir tengo, all right? We can just say tengo. We don't have to use the yo, as we've been talking about for the first couple of days this week. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, oxtails are muy caro aquí también. Okay, so, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, excelente. Muy bien. Excelente. Okay, aquí tenemos la palabra de hoy. All right, la palabra de hoy. The word of the day is I need. All right, I need. Now, we will be taking a break from the live lessons coming up next week because we will be doing the boot camp. But do know that we will definitely be rolling out some things, some videos for you to take part in. All right, en español vamos a decir necesito, or yo necesito, ¿verdad? Yo necesito o necesito. Ok, muy bien. Es posible, yo voy a ir allá en diciembre, en casi 2 semanas. All right, es posible, yo voy a ir allá en 2 semanas, that one random guy. All right, so yo necesito. All right, once again, we're putting up the fact that we had from last class, which was, we have tener is the number 4 most used verb in español. All right, the number 4 most used verb. That is why we are talking about having it your way. All right, having it your way. Keyword being have. All right, keyword being have. All right, so that's what we're talking about. El verbo tener significa to have. Jot that down. All right, escríbela. To tener, to have. All right, look at my color coding here. The first color that we see here, the E in the red E, that means we're going to have a stem change. This is also a type of boot verb. It's also a yogo verb. I'll explain that a little later as well. This is also an ER verb, right? We're all about identifying, okay? In this early stage, we've got to identify, okay, tener, ER verb. E, that red E right there tells me that it is a boot verb or a stem changing verb, okay? What do we mean by stem changing? Stay with me. Watch this. Yo tengo. All right, yo tengo. I have, right? Parentheses, don't necessarily need it, but you can use it. Tengo or yo tengo. You have. Tú tienes. Look at that stem change right there. All right. Now, this is where we would like to put, let's go ahead and do some real-time corrections. I love it. Love to do real-time corrections, but we're not really correcting anything, but I'm just going to kind of make some simple additions to what we see here. And I'm going to add in an asterisk right here. Okay. And I want to talk about that briefly because not everybody understands why this goes from yo. Whoa, wait a minute now. Okay, we're going to have to move this out the way. There we go. All right. So not everybody understands why we have the verb tener go from tener to yo tengo. Not everybody understands that. This is what we call a yogo verb. Yogo meaning it ends in O, of course, but it's also the irregular yo form is a go at the end of the first person, the yo form. All right. So the yo form has a go at the end. That's why we call it a yo go verb. All right. The yo form has go at the end. There are a few of these. Okay. This is the first one that we're talking about. Yo tengo. We took the color E out because there's no stem change. But take a look right here. Con la forma de tú, right? La forma de tú. Aquí tenemos tienes, right? Stem change right here. The E changes to IE. And then we, of course, have our ES on the end. All right. So we've got a little bit of irregularity, or we've got, yeah, well, that's what we call it, irregularities or an irregular verb here in the yo form, as well in all the forms except for la forma de nosotros. La forma de él, ella, usted, aquí tenemos tiene. Okay, tiene. Once again, following our format of an ER verb. Y aquí tenemos. I'd use that twice right there. I don't know if you caught that. All right, here we have tenemos. All right, we have. Y también tenemos they or y'all have, or you all, or use, if you're up north. Ellos, ellas tienen. Right? Ellos, ellas tienen. They have or y'all have. All right. Soak it in, write it down, get a screenshot, do whatever you need to do, but you've got to know this to help us out as we continue through today. Okay. Now let's take a look at tip number 1. Boom, boom, boom. Little drum. I ain't got the little machine there. So that's my little drum. All right. So we use el verbo tener. Usamos el verbo tener o utilizamos el verbo tener con la edad when we're talking about age. Okay. Mira aquí. Yo tengo 44 años. All right. Yo tengo 44 años. Talking about age here, I am 44 years old. All right. That's how it translates. So this is what we call an idiom. Okay. And an idiom or an expression is basically something that we have in one language that does not translate or interpret directly with the words that you may see. Okay. So this is what we call an expression or an idiom. Okay. Yo tengo 44 años. I am 44 years old. If you know your numbers, you've been working on your numbers, you can find the links in the description below on numbers if you need to. 44, you just put your year in. Make sure that you're saying años with the Y sound in between that N and O. Años. Super important. I'll let you find that out on your own, why you should say años and not ano. Okay, here we go. La próxima. Tú tienes 25 años. All right. Tú tienes 25 años. Okay. You are 25 years old. All right. You are 25 years old. Okay. Y la próxima. Aquí tenemos ¿Cuántos años tienes? All right. ¿Cuántos años tienes? Okay. ¿Cuántos años tienes? How old are you? How old are you? All right. Sometimes you may see it as ¿cuántos años tienes tú? Or ¿cuántos años tienes? All right. Just depending on formality and familiarity of the people that are speaking. All right. ¿Cuántos años tienes? ¿Cuántos años tienes tú? They want to be formal. They might add the two at the end. Okay. If you're finding value in what we're doing today, make sure you hit that like button. And if you're joining us for the first time, either on the replay or you're live in the studio with me right now, make sure you subscribe so that you know when we are dropping these lessons for you. Okay, so make sure you hit that subscribe and like button. And of course, you can see at the bottom of the screen there where we are sharing this with 5 people. We want to, whether they come in live or whether they come in on the replay, that's what's most important. Okay. All right, tip number 2 for when to use the verb tener. All right, tenemos que usar el verbo tener cuando estamos hablando de los estados de ánimo. We use the verb tener when we're talking about states of being. Okay, states of being. All right, excelente, señor. All right, so when we have this first one, Pedro y yo tenemos hambre. Pedro y yo tenemos hambre. All right. Pedro and I are hungry. Okay. Pedro y yo tenemos hambre. All right. We are hungry. It's how we translate it in English. Okay. That's not what it actually means because I know you're sitting there and you're saying, well, wait a minute. You told me I could have it my way today. We're talking about the verb tener, the infinitive, which means to have, but yet you're telling me Pedro y yo tenemos hambre means we are hungry. Where's the R? I thought tenemos means have. Well, that's once again what we call an idiom or an expression, right? So the biggest thing that we have to understand is you could technically make this the word have here. We could say Pedro and I have hunger. Of course, we don't speak like that in English, right? So we've got to make it make sense to us. And that's why we use this idiom, Pedro and I are hungry, okay? That's what we say in English. That's what makes sense to us. That's the way we translate it or interpret it. All right. Y la próxima oración. Aquí tenemos ellos tienen sed. Ellos tienen sed. They are thirsty. All right. They are thirsty. Make sure you're getting those words down, these vocab words toward the end here. These are good words to have in your toolbox so that when you start creating your own statements, hint, hint, that you have these available for yourself. All right. El próximo ejemplo. Yo tengo miedo. Yo tengo miedo. I'm scared. Right? This is a state of being. I'm scared. Y también podemos decir, yo tengo sueño. I'm sleepy. Right? I'm sleepy. Yo tengo sueño. All right. Tip número 3. Coming in live and direct at you. We're talking about assets and property. Estamos hablando de assets y property. Okay? So, we're talking about those. Let's see what we got here. Ella tiene una casa. Ella tiene una casa. All right. Ella tiene una casa. She has a house. Right? Ella tiene una casa. Sí, señor. Dime. Tiene una pregunta, dime. All right. Y también tenemos, ustedes tienen 2 hermanos. Ustedes tienen 2 hermanos. Los sonidos, como la pronunciación. Is that what you're talking about? De las vocales, or let me know what you be a little bit, give me a little bit more. All right. Ustedes tienen 2 hermanos. You all have 2 brothers, or this could be you all have 2 siblings, right? You all have 2 siblings. Okay. También tenemos, nosotras tenemos 3 autos o carros o coches, depending on where you are in the Spanish-speaking world here. All right. Some places they use autos. Some places they use carros. Some places they use coches. All of these mean cars. All right. All three of these words you can utilize as cars. So nosotros o nosotras tenemos tres autos. We have three cars. Now, while you're watching this, can you tell me, and you can put it in the comment section below the video if you're watching on the replay, or if you're live, you can type this in. When we say nosotras, buena pregunta. Okay. Buena pregunta. I'm going to answer that right after this. When we're talking about nosotras, who are we talking about specifically, right? We're talking about a group of women, and the woman that is speaking is also included in that group. So she's saying we as a group, nosotras. If it was a mixed group of guys and girls, we use nosotros, ¿verdad? All right. If it's a group of all guys, vamos a usar nosotros. All right. All right. So the question from that one random guy is saying the sounds for the ella or ella, depending on where you are, the J or the Y, which is better or is correct? The answer to that question is either or. It's your world. You do whichever you want. You're going to hear it as, por ejemplo, hey, yeah, exactly. Me too. I'll catch myself and I'll be like, wait a minute, I'm saying it with that J sound. So yes, sometimes they will use J or Y. That is exactly correct. I even find myself doing it as well. Oftentimes I will make the effort, the conscious effort, to remind myself, if I'm speaking to someone that is not a native speaker, to make it sound like a Y sound. Okay. When I'm speaking to someone that has learned Spanish, I will oftentimes, and they're not on my level, they are, on a level under me, then yes, I will say ella tiene. But I'm talking to a native speaker, I'm going to always say ella tiene. All right. Or whatever the word may be with that double L. Great question. Great question. Good stuff. And that clears up a lot for a lot of people, because that is a big thing. People are like, well, which one is correct? It does not matter. Whatever one you want to use is what's correct. Right. That's the cool thing about Spanish. That's the cool thing about Spanish. All right. Tip number 4, número 4, coming at you live and direct. We were talking about, estamos hablando de las enfermedades. We're talking about sicknesses or illnesses. Hey, de nada, señor. No hay problema. No hay problema. All right. Enfermedades. We're talking about sickness or illness. Sickness or illness. Aquí tenemos yo tengo dolor de cabeza. Right? Yo tengo dolor de cabeza. Right? Yo tengo dolor de cabeza. I have a headache. Right? Yo tengo dolor de cabeza. All right? I have an ache of the head is what you see here. Okay? We're talking about sickness or illnesses. All right? Oh, okay. Está bien. Yeah. No doubt. That's what I tell people. It's your world, right? You choose the J or the Y. It's like people saying tomato and tomato, right? Hey, man, whatever. It literally does not matter. Yo tengo dolor de estómago. All right? Yo tengo dolor de estómago. Or you might hear people say, yo tengo dolor de barriga, right? Yo tengo dolor de estómago, or yo tengo dolor de barriga. Okay? You might hear either or. So make sure you are aware. Barriga, B-A-R-R-I-G-A, means like belly. All right? It's not really the word for stomach. All right? But most people use it. It's a common thing. Barriga. All right? And also, I'm not going to go there, but there's a word that's very similar to that means something about the belly. You want to research that and find out. All right. So I have a stomach ache. All right. Y también tenemos, yo tengo dolor de espalda. I have a backache. Right. That's another one that you can use. I have a backache, or I have an ache of the back, basically is what you're saying. But in inglés, vamos a decir, yo tengo dolor de espalda. Okay. Y también, tip number 5, feel like doing something or feel like having something. But it's going to give you that concept of feels like. All right. Por ejemplo, ellos tienen ganas de tomar una cerveza. Ellos tienen ganas de tomar una cerveza. They feel like having or drinking a beer. Hey, man, what's up? C7, the HOA Homesteader. Glad to see you in the building this week. We missed you the first couple of days there. All right, so make sure you get the replay because all we did was stack the lessons one on top of the other. So we were live on Tuesday, all right, which was the 13th, then Wednesday, yesterday on the 14th of December, and the 15th. All right, we got to tell the people on the replay, yeah, this is 2022 if you're watching this on the replay. Okay, so ellos tienen ganas de tomar una cerveza. They feel like, yeah. Now you got to add in that one random guy. You got to add in what we're doing right here. Okay, my man C7. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so that one random guy, do me a favor. Go and add in what we see in the middle, in the red. All right, you got to add your form of tener. So look what we're doing here. We're not conjugating this. We're not conjugating the last two at all. All right, we're conjugating our verb tener. So rework what you're talking about. All right. Nosotros tenemos ganas de ver una película. All right. You got it. You got it. Hopefully that's not the real situation. You must have been over there eating some of that goat curry. Yes, sir. I love it. All right. Nosotros tenemos ganas de ver una película. Yes, that would be, if you want to say that, that would have been, I have a stomach ache. Yes, that would be correct. If you now put that in español, yo tengo ganas de dolor de estómago, right? You can add that in. We feel like watching a movie, right? Okay, good deal. Good thing. I'm glad you don't feel like vomiting there. That would have been extreme. Okay. Nosotros tenemos ganas de, but it's a good example because somebody might be in a Spanish speaking country, right? And they need that. So I'm going to leave this chat open because people might read that and say, oh man, that's a good one to use if I'm overseas. Señor, yo tengo ganas de vomitar, right? You can say that and people are, oh, get out the way. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a good one. All right. Excelente, señor. Excelente. Gracias a Dios. All right, so we feel like watching a movie. Let's go to the next one here. Yo tengo ganas de cocinar pescado frito. This is what we were talking about, and you fixed yours already, that one random guy. You already corrected yours, but this is where I was trying to get you to, okay? Yo tengo ganas de cocinar pescado frito. I feel like cooking fried fish, right? I feel like cooking fried fish, fried fish, right? Okay. So in the last one, tip number 6. Oh, and this is not the last one. We've got our last and very last one because this is the 7 most important ways to use tener, right? So we're on tip number 6 right here. Estamos hablando de las características, all right? All right, so here we go. Tú tienes pelo largo. Hey, man, see, Escovich? Hey, I don't know. That's not fried, though. That's more like a steam thing. Let me know in the comment section, that one random guy. ¿Tú tienes pelo largo? All right. ¿Tú tienes pelo largo? Es una oración. No es una pregunta, right? ¿Tú tienes pelo largo? You have long hair. All right. You have long hair. All right. Y el otro ejemplo. Él tiene ojos marrones. Él tiene ojos marrones. All right. So he has brown eyes. And you also may hear people say, oh, él tiene ojos de color café. Él tiene ojos de color café. Okay. So he has brown eyes. So de color café or de los ojos marrones. All right, you might hear it either way. He has brown eyes. So we're talking about características right here, okay? Usted tiene piernas largas. Somebody's out here shooting their shot today. Usted tiene piernas largas. We use usted because this may be at a train station or the subway station or in the airport, and you just happen to glance over and say, con permiso, señorita, usted tiene piernas largas, right? I'll let you find that out on your own to figure out what it is, but it is you have. I want you to do some homework there. You might already know what this is. piernas largas. If you know, put it in the comment section below or put it in the chat right here if you're watching this on the live. All right, tip number 7. This is what we've been waiting on. Tip number 7, what do you have to do, right? What do you have to do? All right. Él tiene ojos de marrones. Yeah, long legs, that one random guy. That is exactly what it is. Give me, it might be a typo, C7, but you're missing an E in the first one. Él tiene. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly how you pull up on them, right? Señor C7. Typo in tiene, you got to put tiene. And ojos, not ojos. Ojos. Unless you're speaking a little Portuguese. I don't know. Now, they got an L and an H in their word. Ojos. It's O-L-H-O-S. So ojos becomes a J. I don't know if you can't see my screen if it's not large enough. I try to make it as big as possible here. Without taking me, but I can take myself out the picture though if I need to. It's not really important that I be on the camera. Just let me know. But it would be O-J-O-S, and then you don't need the day. You can take the day out and put marrones and put an E between the N and the S in your chat, in your statement that you put in the chat. All right, what do you have to do? Here we go. Ellos tienen que hornear la pizza. We threw a little bonus word in here today for you. Hornear. All right, that's upper level. All right, so congratulate yourself. Pat yourself on the back there. Ellos tienen que hornear la pizza. Okay, got you. Excelente. All right, so they have to hornear la pizza. That one random guy, you are on point. Yes, sir. To bake. They have to bake the pizza. Hopefully people that make pizza bake it. I don't, unless you can, you might be one of them new people putting it in the air fryer. And air frying on the bake little tab. I don't know. Some people might do that stuff. But we're still baking nonetheless. All right. They have to. This is something, remember what we're talking about right here. I'm going to go to the slide before. I want you to make sure that you see what I'm talking about. We're talking about what you have to do in tip number 7, okay? What you have to do, okay? And tip number 7. Oh, man, you put it in the air fryer, that one random guy? You got to let me know how that, you got to put that on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at Speak Spanish Now and .tv, Speak Spanish Now .tv, and man, you got to share that with me. Yeah, I got to see that. If you're air frying that, you put it in that air fryer. All right, here we go. So we got this one. They have to bake the pizza, right? Y aquí tenemos, ustedes tienen que decorar el árbol de Navidad. All right. Ustedes tienen que decorar el árbol de Navidad. Now, hopefully, if you've been joining me for a while, a lot of these words are starting. I'm going to give you one word, el árbol being tree. All right. I know you heard that Navidad. Feliz Navidad. All right. I know you heard that before. Yeah. Hey, I'm not going to lie to you. That one random guy. Let me give you a little piece. I will say I do put pizza in the air fryer. Not that we just a random conversation right here, but it's the pizza bagels. It's not the entire pizza. Like I don't have one of those air fryers that's huge, but it's the pizza bagels, and I can put those things in there for like 5 minutes on 350. No time. Right, as opposed to having to bake them things. I will conform to using the air fryer for pizza, but pizza bagels. Okay, so you all have to decorar el árbol de Navidad. Okay, good stuff. You all have to decorate the Christmas tree. All right, or y'all have to decorate the Christmas tree. We're talking about tip number 7, what you have to do, right? And so when we construct these sentences about what you have to do in Espanol. All right. We need 3 cosas. All right. Una forma de tener. All right. Una forma de tener. All right. Tengo, tienes, tiene, tenemos o tienen. We need una forma del verbo tener. Necesitamos la forma o la palabra. Necesitamos la palabra que. We need the word que to follow up after our form, nuestra forma de tener. necesitamos la palabra que. Y la última cosa, necesitamos un infinitivo. Remember, we talked about all week what an infinitive is, the basic form of a verb, right? It ends in a-ere, e-ere, o i-ere, right? Decorar is our infinitive, to decorate. So y'all have to, or you all have to, decorate the Christmas tree, right? El próximo ejemplo. El próximo ejemplo. Yo tengo que irme. Yo tengo que irme. I've got to go. I've got to leave. All right. You might hear other people say it another way. Right now, if you're learning this with me for the first time, I want you to learn it this way because it's easy from left to right. Of course, it's not looking like it. It's technically left to right, just on a diagonal format. But left to right, learn it this way first. And then once you learn it this way, then you can explore the other way to say this. I have to go or I have to leave. Yo tengo que irme, right? Excelente. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we want to make sure you get this known, get this information that we have for you. If you're starting out for your very first time in learning Spanish, we have the 8 strategies available to help you out. Yes, debo irme, you can use that as well. We have the 8 strategies to become a better Spanish speaker in 30 days or less. We also include 4 additional beginner lessons for you in this book, in this ebook, and it's over 80% off on Amazon. If you also join us for the boot camp, the VIP or the mini boot camp, it will come up for the same price that it is on Amazon if you hit the link for the boot camp. All right. And I haven't added the link in the description below, but you also want to know that you can get that that link in our community tab. All right. I did upload it there this morning, so you can use it and find it there. All right. So we're always talking about our 4 facets of communication, or the 4 aspects of learning a language. And we are going to be working on, if you're joining us for the boot camp, we'll be doing some practice with the speaking aspect next week. So since we don't have any live lessons coming to us on YouTube, we will be doing some live lessons in the boot camp where we include speaking. We'll try to open that up for everyone during the class time next week. So here we go. This is our nuestra práctica que tenemos hoy. This is the practice that we have here today. All right. I've basically broken this down so that you can structure sentences and mesh them together. All right. Structure a sentence and mesh it together. If you don't remember what estado de ánimo is, that's state of being, right? Tired, cold, hot, right? Yo tengo frío. I don't know what happened to that sentence. Yo tengo frío. Yo tengo calor, right? All right. Yo tengo frío. Yo tengo calor. I'm going to put those in the chat so that we can know, because I'm pretty sure I forgot those. Yo tengo frío. This is the first one. There's an accent on the O. I don't have an international keyboard, but I want you to know that there is an accent on the I. Sorry, an accent on the I in this one that I'm typing here. Yo tengo frío. I'm cold. And then yo tengo calor. All right. I'm hot. You can use either of those. Oh, there's an R on that. Calor. Typo. All right. Yo tengo calor. Okay. So you can definitely use that to describe your state of being, whether you're in a car, a house, or whatever. Right. Yo tengo calor. Yo tengo frío. Right. Yo tengo frío. Okay. So estado de ánimo, state of being. Edad. We're talking about age there. Start working and practicing on saying how old you are. Yo tengo blank. And then you want to put años at the end. Use the number of how old you are, right? All right. Yo tengo calor. Make sure, yes, put that in. It's an E, not the tango like the tango, like the dance, but yo tengo frío. Yes, with an E, not an A. All right. Assets of property, right? I have a computer. I have 3 cars, right? Talking about assets. I have a new house, right? Assets of property. Sicknesses. I have the flu, right? I have the flu. Ooh, see, C7. That sentence with yo tengo usar, it should be yo tengo que usar el baño. Good try on that one. I like that. Yo tengo que. Remember, because this is something that you have to do. Yo tengo que usar el baño, right? And there is an inye. That's inye with the tilde over the tilde over the N. Oh, no worries. No worries. All right. That one random guy. Yes. Yo tengo 32 años. Excelente, señor. All right. And then the last one, characteristics that we have on here. Okay. Describing yourself. Yo tengo pelo largo. Yo tengo piel, marrón, whatever you want to use. Sí, señor. Dime. All right. Dime. If I want to talk about eyes, we can use that. Yo tengo ojos de color café. Yo tengo ojos marrones. Yo tengo ojos azules. All right. Are you asking yourself? That would be the question. But it makes sense. Like if somebody asks you, ¿necesito usar el baño? ¿Necesito usar el baño? And then it would work in that sense. Yes. All right. And then our last slide here. Hopefully you got a screenshot of that. I'm sorry, I didn't give you the warning here. Make sure you get a screenshot of this so that you can practice. You'll have your own practice on your own here. Screenshot. Okay. And then also the next, and I'm gonna get out of the picture. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna be like that one guy that was in all of the videos, right? Dancing all in front of I'm not gonna be that guy. So I'm gonna get out the video so that you can take a full clean shot of this picture right here. If you want to get me out of the video, the picture that you had before, here's a better shot of the first one. Okay. Want to give that opportunity to you as well. Okay. And then the second one. Now, what are we doing right here? Now we have una forma del verbo tener con que, la palabra que, o la frase ganas de. All right. Plus an infinitivo or más infinitivo. So what we are doing, I have to do something, yo tengo que, versus yo tengo ganas de, I feel like doing something. Okay. So make sure you see, C7. We don't have that super chat button yet, baby. We got a little ways to go. I'm getting there though. We're working on it. Just tell your friends to tell my friends let's be friends and join me on Speak Spanish Now so that we can get our sub numbers up, our subscriber numbers up. We hit that button, we get that 1,000, we get over it. Then we're working closer to getting to that goal of getting the super chat button. But you can always hit me on Cash App, mi hermano, on that'll be $ Speak Spanish Now. Okay, you should be able to find me on there, $ Speak Spanish Now, and that will be more than welcome. I appreciate that. All right. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying, that one random guy. I hope so. My question was in your statement. If you're in a conversation and somebody says, ¿necesitas usar el baño, señor? Do you need to use the bathroom, sir? And then you don't quite hear them and you say, ¿necesito usar el baño? As if you're like trying to make sure that they're talking to you. $, $. Let me see. Can I put it up on the screen here? Let me see. I'm gonna put it on the screen for you there. All right. So if you're repeating the question but putting yourself in it should be in the description too. C7. It should be in the description as well. The description as well at the bottom here. If you take a look in there, I'm gonna put it in the. I'm gonna put it on the roller down at the bottom so you can see it. That should help. Hopefully you see that. So this last activity, that's what we're talking about with have to do something versus feeling like doing something. Excelente, that one random guy. I'm glad you understood what I was talking about. Hey, it's been a pleasure of pulling up this week and doing a three series class or a triple header or whatever you want to call it. I'm glad that you all joined me. All right. it's not like I was talking to the wall, but hey, man, sometimes you got to make it seem like that. So we've done a lot. We've covered a lot in these 3 days, and I enjoyed everyone that's been here with me these last 3 days, or you even caught it on the replay. Remember, next week we won't be live. Shout out to UC7 for hitting us up on the Cash App. I appreciate you for the $10 Cash App, brother. That will help me to buy a better camera, right? So I'm not looking so far away. Yes. Okay. We got one last question here. And so that's what we're going to do. That one random guy, we're going to leave this open not next week, but the week after. We're going to leave this open where we start to give people the opportunity to ask some questions. Yes, I do. You're going to have that one random guy. You're going to have to find that in the description. I don't know that one off the top of my head, but there's a link in the description for that. Yeah, no doubt. That's what we're here for. So, like, a lot of times we catch videos of, I'm not going to talk about anybody, but if we out here talking about it, you can find a video all the time. But how often do we find a interactive live stream Spanish class, right? We're not getting those a lot. And so we're always trying to, tilt the boat, right? And do something a little different here. And so that's what we're working with. That one random guy, let me see if I can do this because, I'm a rookie out here in these streets. Okay, so he says, entonces, por ejemplo, estamos en la discoteca y yo digo a ti, or yo te digo. That would be what you're trying to say. I got you. Profe. Oh, okay. You know what threw me off? You know what threw me off, that one random guy? It was the question marks. And so I thought you were asking the question. Let me go back to that one because I thought you were asking the question. FYI, this is the first time I've ever actually put a question on the board here, but shout out to myself. All right, so necesito usar el baño, está bien. I thought, you had me for a second. I didn't quite know if you were asking that, but I see what you're saying now. Yes, that would be correct. Necesito usar el baño. Yes, that makes perfect sense. That's called stacking. That's our stacking method, right? That's what we were working on yesterday with stacking. We took our conjugated verb, which is necesito, which is our word of the day, right? Necesito. And then we stacked it on top of an infinitivo, which is to use. Necesito usar el baño, right? Hey, I appreciate you, C7. That, blesses you, brother. I think you, I know y'all can't see me. I'm over here talking to myself. But thank you. I appreciate you. And shout out to you for that $10 super chat. That is going to help us out a lot on paving the way to where we're wanting to go with Speak Spanish Now. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. If you're watching this on the replay, okay. Yeah. Check that one out from yesterday where we stacked. We did a little stacking last week or the week before last, but we definitely went all in on stacking yesterday. So definitely check that one out. So like I said, I implore you to continue out. Oh, my man, Kings and Dreams, thank you for showing up to the live. If you need to get this lesson, K&D, I definitely want you to watch the replay. We covered having it your way using el verbo tener. So definitely check the replay. We got a couple of good questions in here from that one random guy in C7. They were asking some good questions. So make sure you take a look at the chat as well. And then Candy, I'm going to hit you up on the side here because I've got to figure out something with this going into next week. Yeah, next week. I've definitely got to get with you to ask you a question about something next week. All right, damas y caballeros, muchísimas gracias. Soy Profe Don Omar. Nos vemos.